I am delayed in this video because I got sidetracked. I am working on a recipe concoction that I found a while back. I make a habit of finding recipes that look interesting to me and then I just put it in the app that I love and to store it so I can come across it. And so I was looking for something else and it like sprung up and it's like green sauce number 4 or something like that. So it's a bunch of cilantro and like some tahini. I think there's a little bit of miso, some ginger, and it's all gonna get pureed in this beautiful sauce. And I was gonna do like a farro and some roasted vegetables, but I have these potatoes, both sweet and regular, that I need to use. So I did a half of each and some mushrooms and onion, red onion, and a little bit of broccoli on top. And I'm gonna throw all that together. And what you saw to begin with is some tofu, which is bake fried. So, or it's going to be bake fried. So essentially it's cornstarch, a little bit of soy sauce, some olive oil. Usually I throw in some sesame oil. I didn't this time, and coat it and then bake it at 400 and it comes out like crispy, much more similar to deep fried. But whenever I try to deep fry or pan fry tofu, the moisture in it sticks to the pan and it's a whole mess and it's like uses up a whole lot of oil and I'm just frustrated. And I find that this works really well. So you're looking at miso paste, olive oil, raw honey, lemon. I'm about to throw in some lime. There's tahini in here. And there's something else that needs to go in here. Oh, vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, which I may have to do a replacement for, but at any rate. And then I'm gonna pulse this till it's smooth, and I'm gonna throw in the ginger, coriander, the actual cilantro, and the chives. I did think this was going to be smoother than it actually is, even though it doesn't say smooth. It actually says until finely chopped. It doesn't say like a smooth sauce. So it says add salt and pepper as needed. I don't think it needs any salt. I didn't use white miso, which is what it calls for. I think that's red miso. I was doing research on miso the other day. I clearly did not do enough research. So I pulled the vegetables out of the oven. So the tofu, as you can see, it's nice and crisp and brown, all even, and with very little help from me. This is potatoes, sweet potatoes, broccoli, some mushrooms, and so forth. I was going to do some farro, but that felt like carb overkill given that there's potatoes in there. So I'm gonna like mix it all together and see what happens. If I'd been thinking I would have toasted some hazelnuts or something to throw on top, but now I'm tired and I'm hungry and it's 7:15, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat. I'm gonna plate it and I'll let you see what it looks like. And we're plated. There you go. Roast vegetables, some bake fried, as I will call it, tofu, and topped with green sauce number 4. Earlier I had forgotten to mention that there's lime in there because I forgot to put it in, but I did remember. So there's lime and coriander powder, and then lots and lots of cilantro depacked, some chives, ginger, miso, tahini. So some flavors that I expect to go together and then some not so much. The miso with the tahini is not necessarily something I would automatically marry, but I'm gonna assume that it's gonna provide like some deep umami. That's interesting. It's herby. It's a little more citrusy than I might normally go for, but I'm gonna see how it plays with the food. But mostly I'm excited. It's bright, it's delightful to look at, so we'll see how it tastes, and I hope you're eating something delightful. Quick aside, this is super acidic, which I'm not loving. It's mellowed with the potato, but with anything else, the acid's pretty strong, so I would probably cut down on the citrus. I need to make a note to myself in the recipe and try it again. Or I might just want to think through what I would serve it with, and maybe it needs to be something super starchy or super fatty, because this isn't particularly fatty. To kind of cut through some of that acid. So just a thought.